People with BPD do not love more than other people. Psychology says they love without the neurological buffer that makes love feel manageable to most people. And the last thing I cover today is the part of loving someone with BPD that most partners never understand until it is too late to use the understanding. You do not do anything halfway. When you love someone, it is not a feeling you have alongside other feelings. It is the feeling that organizes everything else around it. Complete, consuming, more real than most people will ever experience love feeling in their entire lives. And when something threatens that love, the pain is not proportionate to the threat. It is total. And you have spent your entire life being told that the way you love is the problem, that you are too much, that the intensity is something to be managed or medicated or apologized for rather than understood. Psychology says something completely different. Dr. Marsha Linehan, whose research into BPD produced the most evidence-based treatment approach available, described people with BPD as having the emotional equivalent of third-degree burns over 90% of their body. Everything lands differently. Everything hurts more. Everything that most people experience as a manageable wave arrives for someone with BPD as a tsunami. And in relationships, that amplification does not go in one direction. The love is more intense. The joy is more complete. The connection when it feels safe is more real and more intimate than most people ever experience. And the fear of losing it is more devastating. The pain when it feels threatened is more overwhelming. The shift from feeling loved to feeling abandoned can arrive in seconds and feel as physically real as any injury. Here is exactly what that looks like inside a relationship with BPD. The idealization. At the beginning, the person you love is everything, not metaphorically, neurologically. Your nervous system has attached to them as the source of the safety and the love and the consistency that BPD makes chronically difficult to access from within. And in the early stages of a relationship, that attachment produces something extraordinary. You see them at their best completely. You love them with a specificity and a depth that most people spend years trying to produce in a relationship. You make them feel more chosen and more seen and more loved than they have ever felt. And they fall for the person you are in that phase, completely. Because what you offer in the idealization phase is genuinely extraordinary, the terror. But here's the part that changes everything. The same nervous system that attaches with extraordinary depth also monitors the attachment with extraordinary anxiety, a change in tone, a slower reply, a moment of emotional unavailability that most partners would experience as a Tuesday and not think about again. For someone with BPD, these signals do not register as neutral. They register as the early warning system of the abandonment the nervous system has been bracing for since the beginning of the relationship. And the response to that warning system is not a choice. It is a physiological event, an overwhelming and immediate emotional activation that the rational mind cannot fully intercept before it has already produced behavior. The splitting. Psychology calls this black and white thinking, the neurological inability to hold positive and negative feelings about the same person simultaneously. The partner who was everything in one moment becomes the person who is causing the worst pain in the next. Not because they changed, because the nervous system cannot access both versions at the same time. And for the partner on the outside of this shift, it is one of the most disorienting experiences a relationship can produce. Because the person who loved them most completely 5 minutes ago now seems like a stranger. Here is what nobody tells the partners of people with BPD. The intensity is not manipulation. The fear is not dramatic. The splitting is not cruelty. It is a nervous system that never learned to regulate itself because the environment it developed in never gave it the conditions it needed to learn. And the love underneath all of it, the love that produced the idealization and that survives the splitting, and that makes people with BPD some of the most devoted and most deeply feeling partners available, is real, more real than most people will ever experience being loved. Here is the last thing. The one most partners never understand until it is too late. The person with BPD is not trying to make your relationship harder. They are trying to keep you with the only tools their nervous system was given, in the only ways their history taught them that keeping people was possible, and the most important thing you can offer. More than patience or understanding or the willingness to stay through the difficult moments is the consistent and repeated demonstration that you are not going to leave. Not because they asked you to stay, because the relationship is worth staying for. That consistency over time is the evidence the nervous system needs to begin believing that the abandonment it has been bracing for is not inevitable. And when it begins to believe that something changes, not immediately, not without difficulty, but genuinely. Drop it in the comments if this finally explained what loving someone with BPD actually feels like from the inside. Because the most misunderstood people are almost always the ones who feel everything the most.